Hi, I'm T, this is T's World and welcome to my channel. If you're new to this channel, welcome, and if you've watched my videos before, a big welcome back, and make sure you click the like, subscribe and the notification bell down below so you can get alerts for my new content. Now let's get into this video. Today's video is going to be about autism. So what is autism? Autism has many terms such as ASC and Asperger's syndrome, but the most frequently used term is autism spectrum disorder, which is ASD. Autism is a spectrum, it's not just one thing. So everyone who is on the spectrum is different and nobody's the same. ASD is a development disorder which affects people's behaviour and communication. So more about us Aspies, that's autistic people if you don't know. Us Aspies can find it hard to interact and communicate with people, as well as understanding how other people think and feel. Us Aspies can have heightened sensitivities to many things that neurotypical people, which is people without autism, don't have a problem with in their day-to-day life. These things include sound, smell, touch and taste. It can also cause stress, anxiety and being made feel uncomfortable in certain social situations. These are things that people don't actually realise. It also takes us Aspies a longer time to understand and process information. So if you said to someone, can you put the kettle on? They might take a little bit longer to understand and process what you've just asked them. So just give them a bit of time. Just in case you're wondering, autism is not a disease and it's not an illness. It just means that your brain works differently to other people, and it's kind of like a superpower. There are many famous people out there who have a learning disability. So Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, Susan Boyle, Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs and Charles Darwin. They are fantastic and inspirational people. And those are just a handful of people that have been diagnosed with autism. So how do you get autism? You're actually born with it, or it can be developed at a very young age in children. It's not clear what causes autism, but there are myths out there saying that it's down to bad parenting, vaccines, illness and diet, but they're not true. It's a long life condition and there is unfortunately no cure at the moment. So with autism, us Aspies can have other conditions that go with it. ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and dyslexia. Anxiety and depression is like what I have, and also epilepsy. Just because you are not neurotypical and you are an Aspie doesn't mean that you are any less intelligent than anyone else. Did you know that Aspies have an average or a higher IQ than a neurotypical person? Some do have learning disabilities and they find it hard to cope looking after themselves, but that doesn't mean they're any less intelligent than anyone else. So like I said in my previous video, I've been diagnosed with autism, BPD, anxiety and depression and agoraphobia. So this is a video that's quite close to my heart, and I just want to give more information out to people that are unsure or want to learn a bit more about autism. So there are a lot of myths around autism, and I just wanted to clear a few things up. The first one, Aspies don't want friends. This is not true. What you have to remember is that people living with autism, us Aspies, can have reduced social skills due to anxiety and communication barriers. Everyone wants a friend and everyone needs friends, but sometimes people are misunderstood due to the social skills of that individual and their communication. Sometimes it's really hard for an Aspie to communicate what they want and they don't know how to, so that's not true. The second one is Aspies can't feel or express emotions. That is certainly not true. Aspies express and show emotions in different ways. I, for example, if I can't communicate in a situation, I will just walk away from it. And I can't communicate that I do not like the situation, I will just have to walk away and then later on try to explain it. That can be shown as quite rude or aggressive, and that was not my intention. coming in my video? You coming in my video? You can say hello. Can you say hello? No, he wants to go. That was Milo, by the way. Number 3. Can't understand their emotions. Us Aspies can't always detect emotion, such as sadness, and that could be through body language, tone of voice, words that are used, but we can feel empathy and we can feel compassion for someone. So that is not true. We're intellectually disabled. Now, this is the most rubbish I've ever heard in my entire existence. Aspies can have average and high IQs. Like, for example, Bill Gates, Albert Einstein. They're people that have been diagnosed with autism, so they are not intellectually disabled at all. Usually, when you have autism, you find a subject or a hobby that you have got a lot of interest in, and that could be maths, ICT, music, anything. And normally Aspies can be quite good at maths and other subjects which are their high interest focused activity. Did you know, from a 2020 research, 1 in 34 boys and 1 in 144 girls are diagnosed with autism? That is very shocking to me. Very, very shocking. I think the main reason why is autism in females is very hard to detect. They mask a lot more than boys. And I'm not talking about face mask. I'm talking about masking, which is covering up behaviour or attributes of themselves to become something different, to be socially accepted. So that is what masking means. There are 4 times the amount of boys diagnosed with autism than girls, and that's due to the masking and other aspects. It's very hard to pick up in women and girls. Autism is not biased and can affect all ethnic and socio-economical groups. So if you have a child who you may think has autism, this is some of the things to look out for. Children may not respond to their name when you're calling them. They avoid eye contact and they don't smile back when you smile at them. They can get upset around sensitivity. So if there's a strong smell in the room, if you're cooking, or if there's loud noises, they can get upset quite frequently. They can also have repetitive movements or phrases. I know that when, as a child and still now, I have repetitive movements. So when I get excited, I shake my hands, or I clap, or I can rock. And I know as a child that I used to rock as well. Phrases, I'm very repetitive with phrases as well. I always say, so basically, or something like that. They may not talk as much to other children or in general. That is one of the things to look out for. They can have very keen or strong interest, such as trains, anything, absolutely anything. I know this is something that I used to do, and I still, I'm very bad for it. Get upset when I'm being asked to do something. It could be anything. It could be go and do the washing up, go and take the bins out. Can you just go and see if the post has arrived? Anything. So that could be something that is a sign. They also may find it hard making friends as well, due to the anxiety and the social skills that they can't convey. It might be hard for them to make friends, and also they may take things literally. So if you're doing a show at school and you say break a leg, they might actually think, oh my god, you want me to break my leg? So things like that. If you are an adult and you feel that you have autism or you haven't been diagnosed as of yet, here are some behaviours that you may experience or that you may have noticed. Some of them cross over from the children to the adults, but I will list them all below. Sometimes it's hard for us to understand how we think and feel. It's very, very complex, because obviously autism is a neurological condition, so it affects our brain. So sometimes we might get our wires crossed. We may have a lot of anxiety around social situations and our social skills. So if we are in a large group of people, you may be anxious, and you obviously might be sensitive to like the noise or the smells or the sensitivities in the room. I know this happens to me quite a lot, but another behaviour that you can recognise is people think that you're blunt or rude. And we don't mean to come across like this, but we just don't have a filter. I sometimes just say what I think and how I feel, and people take it offensively, and that's not how I want it to come across. It's just that I don't have the communication skills to effectively say what I want to say without offending someone. Another thing that I also notice in myself is noticing small details. So if something's changed or something's different, I will notice it straight away. Or anything, even the smell has changed, or someone's entered the room. I'm quite good at doing that. So that's another thing, noticing things and noticing small details. Something that I was focused on in the children's aspect is taking things literally. Sometimes I can take things very literally, and it's not always the best reaction I get. So it could be like the example I gave earlier. Oh, break a leg. I'll be like, what do they want me to break my leg for? That's not very nice. Another thing is routine. So I have to meticulously plan what I'm doing, and if I am going somewhere and there's no plan, I get anxious and I get anxiety. So I used to have to go to hospital in London, and I used to take the same route, the same train, and do the exact same thing. So I'd get on the train, I would get into London, sit outside McDonald's, not even going in McDonald's, sit outside McDonald's, wait 10 minutes and then walk to the hospital, come back, sit outside McDonald's for 10 minutes and get the train. So I would do that every time, and I would know the exact train I'm getting on, and I would know everything. So it has to be planned to a fine detail, and some people with autism can be affected by this too. I hope this video has been informative for you. As an Aspie, I am not very good at explaining things, so I hope that everything has come across well. I hope you've learned a lot from my video. Please make sure you like, subscribe and click the notification bell for more content from my channel. Please share and on social media and comment below. Please share this video to help some more people out who want to learn about autism. I will leave the links of all the professional websites below so you can get some more professional information. I am not a professional, I'm going from my own experiences. But thank you for watching. See you later.